Hey YouTube, what's up? Scarecrow here. I'm mostly here to make a video so you guys know I'm not dead. I know it's been a while since you've seen me post anything. The easiest way to explain that is uh, I've been busy. I moved like all the way across the country from like Detroit to Texas, and as you can guess, it makes you pretty busy. I've had lots of issues and stuff going on, making the move complicated, but figured I'd get a deck profile in here too while I'm saying hi. I'm also going to next week be posting all of my new deck profiles from the new set, so yay. Alright, but so this deck, I've been playing it for like a month now, like almost every tournament I've been playing because it's the deck I have the most fun playing. It's my Zodiac deck. Since I moved down here to Texas, I've played in 6 tournaments and I've won 5 out of the 6. The last tournament in Detroit, before I moved, I also played this deck and I won that one too. It's working pretty great. This is basically after I've updated it for like the Link Joker meta. I changed it up and I've been loving it. I actually wish it was like this all along. There's a few differences, but not a lot. I have some cards that people consider tech. Get started. So for my starter, I'm running Chronodran because he's great. We all know why. For my triggers, I'm playing 5 vanilla triggers, crits, and 4 Bison for 9 crit. And I'm not playing the stand. I'm running 9 crits, 3 draws. And it's been like pretty great. The stand is like always been kind of situational, and it ate up a lot of resources to put it in there. It could give you like a really good push, restanding something, like if you got something a crit and you could give it there. But it was really hard to set up for, and it's not very helpful against like when your field's all locked down. So I changed up my lineup based on a Link Joker meta. It's been great. The extra crits have been great. Even though it's one more crit, it feels like there's more crits in there. The draws have been helpful. It's always cool to call a draw trigger, boost with it, and then put it back to deck with Gear Next. That's pretty sweet. I've liked that a lot. And then obviously the last of my trigger lineup is 4 heals. For the grade 1s, we got 4 Arca, because good card's good. For Transit Dragon, more good cards are good. For Stride Fodder, playing Vanguard. I'm iffy on this card. Sometimes it's like the perfect card. Sometimes it's just blah. But like there are situations where it's the perfect one. For example, the tournament I just played today, where I won 2 boxes, was in the final match against Link Joker. I drew for turn, and I didn't have enough cards in my deck to attack with Vanguard, but I had this guy, so I put him in a crit back, which allowed me, my deck was 1 card, and this made it 3. I put the crit there, so basically as soon as like I activated a skill, my opponent scooped because they couldn't handle that, it's too much. And then one of my tech cards I've been playing a lot, people question a lot when they see it, is Jackal here. He has been like fantastic. Actually, for a while, I was playing 2 Jackals and no Hagald, and that was actually pretty fine. I might still go back to it, but now this is working good too. But yeah, Jackal's great in the sense that he's an 11. The fact that he can just punch is fantastic, and when you're trying to like make plays, like you need a time leap and make like a trigger into something you can swing, this guy does it. When you need to use like Unicorn and get something that can attack, usually grade 1s aren't strong enough, but this guy is, so he's been really good. I would suggest trying him if you haven't. For my 2 lineup, playing 2 Cruising, 2 Unicorn, and then I'm playing 4 Rewind Tiger. This card this card is a huge reason why this deck is good. And that's why I have it maxed out, so I can actually draw it, and draw it like over and over. Like, even late game, you can do sweet things with this. Like for example, when I was playing against Link Joker and they had me triangle locked, I would stride, use Chronojet G skill to call rewind. His effect goes on standby, time leap him into replenish Codal. Resolve the Tiger, bind, rest the Codal, get my draw, resolve Codal who's on standby right now, unflip the damage. And then early game, like if I have this card turn 2 when I ride my grade 2, it's gonna be a good game usually. Yeah, and because he's so good and helpful, it helps you keep your resources early game. You can stay on grade 2 and force the opponent to stride, or if they want to sea breeze or whatever. Usually that you don't even let them sea breeze, but this card is a huge reason why this deck is good. Then I'm playing 2 Duplex. This guy is also pretty helpful. He's been great against Link Joker as well, in a sense like he can snipe things early game, and then like late game you can do things like stride, call from a hand, time leap, resolve a skill, bind, end phase, untime leap, activate skill, snipe something again. Then I'm playing for my last grade 2, 2 Mainish. She's also fantastic. She was added in for like Link Joker meta because she has resist. You spend most of the time calling her out against certain matchups, like against like Blade Master. She is so good. Blade Master gets really messed up by her because they can never kill her. They're gonna get her off the field. They'll have to discard cards for their Ziegenberg. She's always there at the end phase, so they don't get to pick up cards. And then late game, you can use her effect, and because she has resist, they can't target her and just finish them off. She's been great. And in those matchups where you need her, you can just go grab her by time leaping using Split Pegasus. Really good card. For my 3s, the obvious 4 Chronojet, and then I play 2 Bison and 1 Codal. Bison is amazing. I would highly suggest you play 2 of them. Usually, it's not uncommon to lose one of them, and then having the second one, you're just like, ooh, perfect. Codal isn't as useful, but it does have its like great combos as like the example of the one I mentioned. So that's it for the main deck for the G Zone. My first stride, almost always Split Pegasus. This card is great. It makes a fantastic first turn play. The way I use this card, like 90% of the time, that I don't see most people go for, even if they have the chance to. So I usually use Split Pegasus to split a 2. Usually I'll time leap my Chrono Drain, grab one of these, and then I'll have a grade 2 and I'll split the Pegasus and just have 3 of these and do the tack draw, tack draw, tack draw. It also helps you like end your turn with like no cards, like the turn you've done it with Chrono Drain. These 3 will get off the field, the Chrono Jet will bounce. You can, against decks like Link Joker and Kagero, you can like end your turn with like the only thing like you left out is Mainish, who has resist and really messes with the opponent. That's my preferred way to use Split Pegasus usually. I don't always have the cards to use it, but super solid. That's how I like using it. Then I'm playing 4 Gear next. I don't always stride this card twice. Usually it's like once a game, but he is got his purposes. The fact that he's a strong Vanguard turn without a counterblast, because this deck can often not have a counterblast when you go to start your turn to do a big play, but he doesn't care. He's just a soul blast. When you're doing plays like the Split Pegasus, grab 3 transit plays, like this deck has soul for days, so not a problem. Then I'm playing 2 Next Stage and 2 Gear Groovy. Usually Gear Groovy is my second stride. I'll usually stride Pegasus then go into Gear Groovy. He can be stronger later in the game when you use him, but usually I use him as my second stride to do a high power push turn on my opponent and take out a huge chunk of their resources. Like, even if my opponent's usually at 3, they have a decent sized hand. Going to this on my first stride will damage them so bad and eat up so much resources that, like, I'm usually like, by my next turn I'm gonna win. So, or I can actually just often actually win that turn anyway. So, but if I don't with him, usually my third stride will be Gear Next, and whatever, fourth stride, Gear Next. Playing one Sea Breeze. Eating Counterblast in this deck is expensive, but the Sea Breeze is often like the right play to do. So then for my G Guards, I'm playing 2 Uluru, 2 Head Around, and 1 Super Uluru. This card isn't like as super important as it used to be, but still like really good. That's why I'm playing 2 of it. It often comes up. Usually you're just G Guarding with this, and then against like a lot of matchups, like against like, let's say, Messiah. For some reason there's a lot of Messiah in Texas. I don't know why, but when they go into like Harmony, Neo Harmony, do that big attack, just being able to drop this card and like no guard like any attack, even things like Drax Strider and stuff. This card has been like super clutch. And that's it for this deck profile. Yeah, as I said, it's been doing like great. I know a lot of people will probably like want to trash the draw triggers and talk about the stand, but you should actually probably try it. It's been working like great. I don't think I'm gonna go back to the stand, even if like Link Joker wasn't a thing. It's just been proving too successful for me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll have new stuff soon.